Hi, we're the Hot Mamas.
We won first place at the Fresno State Pitch Competition, and you're watching Patiño News.
I think Patiño has a very unique look. It looks almost like a college, but I think in terms of the color scheme and some of the blank walls, it can feel a little plain and desolate. But I think we could make a change.
I think this school is very nice. I love how it's small, not as big and as scary, not being able to find your classes. I love the windows as well. I love how you could just see everything outside and be able to just look out. Though I could also say that the walls could be very plain. I feel like being in this small school, we're able to put all sorts of things, being able to be able to see it all the time as just to show ways of like who we are.
It's like a second home, you know? I come here every day. A lot of the people that I know their names by heart, it feels like their family, you know? Patiño feels like a home away from home, I'd say.
Patiño has shaped me as a person, not only academically, but also socially. It made me from someone who was shy, not talkative, bad at presenting, into someone who puts themselves out there, is a leader, and has gotten far better at presenting.
I think Patiño has definitely influenced me a lot. I remember I used to be horrible at just presenting overall. I would always be nervous to begin with. I would do horrible posters, slideshows, but this school has definitely helped me a lot to be gaining more confidence and to be able to just be open and what my opinions will be. I would describe Patiño as a way to be able to solve problems in like all sorts of ways, as well as being able to be in a group with others and being able to do things that you wouldn't be able to do in other kind of schools.
Help us mural!
Has a 5-year relative survival rate of 86%. Yet even then, it leaves its mark on those who survive. These are the voices of the survivor and his sister, who was beside him all along. Nervous and confused, just because we didn't know exactly what was happening. Just knew that labs looked really abnormal.
Came out of nowhere during school day, and I was just really tired, and I didn't want doing that. My initial reaction was really just concerned, scared, as I didn't really know what to think about cancer besides what I knew about it.
I think the hardest part about your cancer journey was not knowing when things might get a little tougher. Even sometimes going into the hospital thinking we were okay, but then we would happen to get admitted because the labs came back where I was needing blood transfusion or you were looking really weak. So just not knowing if we were going to be okay, if this week we were going to be able to come home, probably was the hardest. I remember that moment very, very clearly because we were driving to go get food, and I remember initially thinking Oscar was playing around, and then realizing he wasn't, and seeing that he no longer really was having like an expression, so calling the ambulance.
And then the PICU experience. So that happened after, like a little after, where I started slurring my speech, and I started using pretty much almost all control, I want to say my arms, I think maybe also my legs. I really couldn't move around. Were they going to lose control of like my limbs? Are they going to be a permanent change? Am I going to be stuck here bedridden? And then going to PICU, and there's the constant noise of them having to go through like a checkup through my eyes and flashing lights into my eyes and it's all that kind of stuff. And but the hardest part for me was like not knowing about like school and how it affect other parts of my life. How will this affect my entire life? Will I be able to have a normal life after this? And I think for the most part, thankfully, it's been going well.
I think one of the biggest things that I took away also from Oscar's journey is there being more awareness about cancer, specifically in his age group. I think a lot of times we think of adults and then we think of little ones, you know, being kind of on the younger side. But I think sometimes our teenagers are kind of a little bit forgotten. Always being okay with reaching out to your oncology team and asking questions. I think a lot of times, a lot of the fear does come from not knowing what something might mean. After this experience, definitely feel like our family became a lot closer. We realized that a lot of the things are being more aware of, like, hey, go to the doctor and check out what's happening and not trying to dismiss things.
I know my sister's a lot more worried about my health and little things that can really snowball. There's gonna be things you just don't expect. You kind of just have to brave through a lot of things. You have to take a lot of trust in each other and the doctors.
Patiño me, Patiño 3, 1, 2, 3, Patiño!
You got Benny? Get that, win that, win that!
Make a run, Adler. Adler, you gotta make a run. That's up. Somebody support. Alex, support. On him, on him. I just gave him He won the ball, he won the ball, he won the ball. He won the ball. Hey, somebody watch 15. Watch the line. All about it, right.
Let's celebrate.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to
Like,
Subscribe.
hit the notification bell,
and we'll see you next week.